President Obama considers opening up U.S. ties to Cuba after more than 50 years of bitter estrangement, one of his signature foreign policy achievements. He visited the Caribbean island nation in March, the first sitting U.S. president to do so since 1928.
I have come here to bury the last remnant of the Cold War in the Americas.
The two countries have reopened their embassies after more than 50 years. U.S. cruise ships are now docking in Cuba, and there are regular flights by U.S. airlines to the island. But the death of 90-year-old Fidel Castro and the election of Republican Donald Trump are raising questions about what will happen to the warming of U.S.-Cuban ties. A senior Trump advisor, Kellyanne Conway, told ABC News this week that Trump is open to any number of possibilities on resetting U.S. relations with Cuba, but that he will demand concessions in return.
We remain very firm that when you open up diplomatic relations, as President Obama has with Cuba and Fidel Castro in the last several years, that to get nothing in return, including political prisoners and assurances that people on the island of Cuba will be free, politically and economically. I mean, I've personally met, I'm sure you have, victims of Fidel Castro's oppression and his torture and his imprisonment.
Obama's shift in policy toward Havana also has been criticized by a number of lawmakers from both major parties, including Senator Ted Cruz, whose father is from Cuba.
I very much hope that we don't see any U.S. government officials going to Fidel Castro's funeral. I hope we don't see Barack Obama and Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton and Democrats lining up to lionize a murderous tyrant and thug.
The White House has not announced who will be traveling to Fidel Castro's funeral on December 4th. Although future U.S. policy toward Havana is uncertain, Trump likely would agree with Obama's statement that the Cuban people must know they have a friend and partner in the United States. Cindy Saine, VOA News, the White House.